throughout Scripture, throughout time, there's been people that lives have just been in an absolute mess. I ask you personally, anybody know anybody like that? Okay? Not you personally, but you might know. But God takes those pieces and He fits them together perfectly. And what we think is a broken vessel, He puts together as only the potter and the healer can. Broken vessels together. All these pieces, broken and scattered, in mercy gathered, mended and whole. Empty-handed, but not forsaken, I've been set free, I've been set free. Amazing grace, how sweet the sound that saved a wretch like me. Oh, I once was lost, but now I'm found. Was blind, but now I see. Oh, I can see you now. Oh, I can see the love in your eyes. Laying yourself down, raising up the broken to life. You take our failures, you take our weakness, you set your treasures in jars of clay. So take this heart, Lord, I'll be your vessel, the one to see your life in me. Amazing grace, how sweet the sound that saved a wretch like me. Oh, I once was lost, Oh, I can see the love in your eyes, laying yourself down, raising up the broken to life. That speaks about us. He laid his life down so he could raise the broken to life. Because he overcame death, hell, and grave, we have that same power. Let us stand as we end with the same power. I can see waters raging at my feet. I can feel the breath of those surrounding me. I can hear sons of nations rising up. We will And we've got to understand that. We've got to live like you are greater than that. Father, thank you so much for the promises we have in your word. Father, as Brother David comes and opens your word, I pray that we would be encouraged by the fact that sometimes we are in perilous times. But Father, you have overcome death and the grave for our benefit, Father. We thank you and we give you glory for all these things we pray. Amen.
It's interesting that Mark said about perilous times. I came into some perilous times this week. If you talk about cascading disruptions, I'll tell you about one of mine this week. I woke up and I heard this voice from the kitchen say, "The water won't come out." Well, when you have a well, that's not the city of Orange's problem. Guess whose problem that is? So I'm thinking, okay, for those of you who are not familiar, old school system that we still have, there's a storage tank. The storage tank has a float in it, just like the back of your commode. And if that thing gets stuck up in the air, no water comes into the storage tank. So eventually the pump pumps out all the water in the storage tank and there's nothing. But I thought, it could be that simple. So I, got outside and there it was, hanging in the air. I flipped it, the float hit, and then here comes the water. Okay, this sounds like a good thing. Only I go back in the house and I hear, "This water is brown. It's disgusting." Well, what happens is over a period of time, as that compressor is forcing air down to the ground, pushing water up, it's sending silt, little tiny gravel, that sort of thing. It's coming up and it's going in the storage tank. So when that water came on, it's coming in from, not at the bottom, it's coming in from the top. And it's stirring that up, and so pretty soon you have all the silt that's in that tank suspended. You turn on the faucet and what? Here it comes. Now see, that day was just going to be a normal, average, everyday day. And all that had to happen was a little piece of metal got hung on another little piece of metal, and the cascading disruption went on through the week to the point that I spent a good deal of yesterday standing in my storage tank with bleach and a bucket, scrubbing the sides and cleaning the bottom and all of that. Okay, what's the point? Some of the little things in life can wreck a situation. In family, in marriage, and that sort of thing. Just a little spark that ignites a bigger problem. I am not going to drink that nasty water that's coming out of there. I'm thinking, I'm going, okay, I know things that she doesn't even know. At least my mother-in-law, grew up, she knew that when they had a cistern that was water in the dirt under the house, kind of thing. And so I'm thinking, if that lid on that thing is open even just a little bit, when I climb in there could be, like lizard skeletons on the bottom. And see, I've got, oh, look, the girls are going, whoa. But water, folks, whether it comes from the city of Orange or it comes from your backyard, is coming from the earth. It is. And so we deal with trying to make things better. And as we talk about marriage today, there are some things that are just going to arise from life experience and from the earth, if you please. And God has a plan to work in all of that redemptively, not only to help us through it, but to make each one of us more like His Son, Jesus. I saw a thing that a woman had written. She said, there's no reason to remind your husband over and over again about the things that he hasn't done yet. He knows what he needs to get done, and in the next 5 years, he'll probably get to it. Okay, we got applause. And so, when God is at work, He works through our whole lifetime. And He's never going to give up if you're a child of God in the process of making you like Jesus. You are eventually going to be like Him. That's an encouraging thing. And so as you think about this process, I would just encourage you today to take a look, if you would, with me at the types of interdependent failures. I think that's the next slide. We're going to remember this because this is a sermon series, so we're going to review a little bit. Things that cascade, something happens and it directs a disruption. Escalating is when things begin to happen to make the situation even worse.